Good morning, Monday morning. It's a short week this week because there's Independence Day and there's Memorial Day before that. So no work on those days, but today's going to be very exciting. Despite the fact that I'm now driving to Tel Aviv for one meeting. Other meetings got canceled, but the person I'm meeting, this one meeting, well worth the hour drive each way. I'm meeting someone who is widely regarded as one of the top marketing people in the country. I'm pretty convinced that that's actually a fact, not an opinion. We've been in touch for probably 7 to 8 years, sent him countless CVs, countless startups, just endless people he should meet. We've been collaborating forever, basically. Never met. It's wild. It's a new world. I'm going to Tel Aviv to meet Omer Shai, the CMO of Wix, one of Israel's most successful public companies. The man is a marketing legend. Cannot wait to meet him. Hopefully I'll be able to get him on camera. Not sure though, being as it's a public company and I have to be very careful what they say, but I'll try my best. It's going to be a very exciting meeting. Let's do this. Had some free time in between meetings, so I'm making a spontaneous meeting here in the neighborhood. Look at these cars. There's a BMW X6. Look at this Benz. Not that I would drive German cars, but they sure know how to make automobiles. Making a quick stop in the mall, spontaneous meeting, and then going to Wix to meet a friend, an old friend, Gil Reich, before my meeting with Omer Shai. So it was super spontaneous, wanted to fill out my time, and we've been wanting to meet for a long time anyway. So at the end, it's gonna be a pretty great day. When you walk in Tel Aviv, you meet amazing entrepreneurs. When you walk in Beit Shemesh, you see Skajask in a cafe. Shoshana Jasko. Follow her on Twitter. She's a powerhouse. Now running to Wix because I am super duper late. Made it to the Tel Aviv port. It is very hot. Like a very, very hot day. Like first day of summer hot. And trying to find my way around here, but it is extremely complicated. The buildings here there are two sets of buildings with numbers. Not really sure how to identify where I am right now, but either way, sure I'll bump into the guy I'm meeting any minute now, hopefully. Grabbing lunch and then meeting Omer Shai afterwards. On the Tel Aviv port, and I bump into my sister from another mister. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Mariam Berzon.
The one and only. Big fan of your husband, big fan of your whole family. Tell me what you do. What's your story?
Well, I'm very excited to be back living in Israel with my husband and children, and right now I'm working as a health and wellness coach, and excited about helping people achieve their goals and find joy and meaning. And
love it. Who's your husband?
Who's my husband? My husband is Dr. Baruch Berzon, and he's an emergency doctor at Assuta Ashdod.
He's a rock star, your husband. I have a man crush. Tell him I have
He is a rock star, so do I.
Tell him I have a man crush on him.
I will.
I feel like I never see him, by the way. Never see him.
He's always working.
Don't stop working so hard.
In the hospital, or he was with one of the victims last night of a rocket attack.
He was? Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, he had someone.
What, a couple of days it's been in Israel, huh? All right, could we keep this interview positive, please? My goodness.
Yes.
What's with the downer?
Positive, very positive.
All right, well, anyway, I'm going back to my business meeting. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
It's a very nice surprise. Take care. Finishing up a relatively delicious lunch with Gil. What's your name? Who are you? What's your story?
Hi, Gil Reich, working as a data analyst at Wix.
Wix, a $5+ billion public company in Israel. That's not something you can say about many companies in Israel.
True. It's a great company.
And you're a data analyst. You're looking at the way your users behave within because you guys have a lot of products. Do you focus on one product?
Right now I'm focusing on why users are leaving us and how to make them happier.
When you say leaving us, you mean Wix.com, or you mean
Wix,
the whole Wix portfolio?
Well, mostly it's people who have Wix websites and they buy a premium product and then some of them stop using it.
Got it. And we know each other from back in the Curio. Well, we knew each other before, but Curio, you worked with Bob. We worked together with Bob.
Yes.
Bob Rosenshine, the founder of Answers.com. You worked with Bob at Answers.com.
Amazing. Bob's amazing.
Big fan of Bob Rosenshine. Big fan of Bob Rosenshine. Anyway, let's go pray.
Okay.
Bumping into some old friends. Get on camera.
Sorry,
You're afraid of the camera?
Hey.
Mr. Jeff, how long do you know me, sir?
How old are you?
I'm 40.
That's it.
There you go. Literally from age 0. What do you do here at Wix? Quick.
Technical writer, manager for Corvid by Wix.
My first job, technical writer. You knew that.
That's true, yes.
Good to see you, my friend. I'm running to meet Omer. We'll talk soon. Take care. Good to see you. say, off the bat, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a little starstruck. Because, I talk about Israel's ability to build global brands. When I say global brands, I mean Super Bowl level brands, okay? And you can count on basically 2 fingers, or maybe a little more if I'm being nice, how many marketers there are in this country that are capable of building a global, international rocket ship. Omer Shai is one of them. We've been in touch for how long?
Thank you.
I haven't given you my opinion yet. So far, I'm just talking facts. I mean, Super Bowl. How many Super Bowls have you done?
I think 4 or 5.
5 Super Bowls. Okay, we're gonna get there.
4 or 5.
A lot to talk about, boy. First of all, how long? 5 Super Bowls. Incredible. How long have we known each other? How long have we been in touch? Would you
I
say?
think for 10 or 9 years, something
That's
like that.
unbelievable.
The first time that we met.
It was the first time we're actually sitting. We've been on panels, whatever, but it's the first time okay, so Omer Shai, CMO of Wix, global.
Yeah.
Right? Is there another CMO? You're the CMO global.
I'm the only CMO.
So you manage the entire marketing department here.
Yeah.
All right, talk to me. Let's just start with, let's get this out of the way. How big is Wix?
In terms of employees, we are almost 3,000 employees.
3,000 employees. Where are they based?
Most of them based in Israel.
Okay.
We have an office in Ukraine, Lithuania, San Francisco, New York, Miami. We're giving actually support from the state.
Why don't you tell me where you don't have an office? Okay, you're on. Okay.
Most of the marketing, by the way, is based here in Israel.
Interesting. That's interesting. Was that a strategic decision?
Yes.
I want to hear about that. Okay, that's really interesting.
So in the marketing, we're 250. Overall, we have more than 150 million users global, and we're adding around 80 to 90,000 users every day.
80 to 90,000 new users to Wix every single day.
Yes.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is Wix?
Wix is an online platform that enable everyone to create online presence by themselves.
Okay.
Today we are much more than that. Okay, where actually businesses can build all their business around our platform.
Everything, end to end.
Everything, end to end.
Payments,
From logo, okay, to the site, to the CRM, so chat, contact form, workflow, and more and more and more. To the payment method. So really end-to-end solution.
Whole thing.
Whole thing.
Literally, like there's no component missing.
Nothing.
That is incredible. And
Yes.
I'm assuming you can't actually name names of companies, but put that aside. Give me the scale of companies that are working with you today that use Wix as their home.
From top 500 companies, Fortune 500 companies, to governments.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
To almost when you have 80,000 users every day, it means that everyone is using you. I think I know the nice story that I have from lately about our users. I'm actually a Wix user freak. I mean, I'm watching like more than hundreds of websites every day. One of the sites, the interesting site that I found is just Palm. Remember Palm?
Palm Pilots?
Palm Pilot?
Yeah.
So Palm.com is actually built on our platform.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So,
I just want to point out one thing. We're not going to focus on this now, maybe in another meeting, but I just want to point out that the CMO of Wix is so focused on his job that every day he, not his team, he looks at hundreds of his customers and examines how they use the platform. I think that's a very important lesson for any marketer who's watching this, but we're not going to elaborate on that because I have so much more to talk about. I want to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who had that idea? Where did that idea come from? Was that your idea?
Yeah.
You came up with the idea. Let's have a Super Bowl ad.
No, so I'm a American football fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? How did that happen?
I freak about sports.
Okay.
And it's enables so much math and statistic, and I think this is the most complex and interesting sport in the world.
Interesting. I never in my life, just here's an admission or a confession. I've never in my life watched a football game.
So you should.
I grew up in the States.
If you like statistics and understanding of tactics and strategy, you need to watch the game.
All right, fine.
Okay, and you need to think about what the decision that to according to statistics and more. And I understood about something about Super Bowl. I said, what people are talking the day after the Oscar, they're talking about the dress. Okay, the day after the Super Bowl, people are talking about the commercial and the ads. And I knew this is not just the biggest day in this American sport, this is the biggest place where people are not skipping commercials, they're actually talking about commercials.
I have to stop you for 1 second because that is so brilliant what you just said. I always talk about this. When we were growing up, right? I'm a little younger than you, but not much. When we were growing up, advertising was a sexy thing. People loved ads. Like you would, before our time, it was Mad Men era, right? Advertising was an amazing thing. Copy, it was brilliant, right? Comes along this freaking phone, where we have all the opportunity to target a person. We know what they like. We know where they are. We have all the... And what do? Put freaking banners. We ruined it. Like, advertising used to be amazing.
Yeah.
So you bring us back to our childhood. You're like, we want to make... So you guys... All right, so how did this... Walk me through this process, because I'm so curious about it.
So it was mid-October, and I work on the structure of the budget for next year, and I understood that I have between 10 to 15 million dollars that I actually don't know how to invest, so it's like not the bread and butter budget, and I thought how I can make a huge impact of the company. What is the thing that I can do?
Nothing bigger than that.
And you know, I could do a lot of other stuff, but I didn't have the team capacity to create like 10 or 15 campaigns with $500,000. So I decided, okay, let's focus all in this project, and through the year we will earn
Incredible.
for other things that we did.
Incredible. Let me ask you the $1 million question, because I know, and we talked about this, I know that you're a very quantitative kind of guy.
Yeah.
You're all about the funnel, you're all about user acquisition, all about measuring.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm about to ask you.
Yeah, how much it costs?
No, how did you measure it?
So this is, there are some way to measure football and Super Bowl commercial, but there are a lot of things that you cannot measure. For example, how you can measure the approach that we got from DreamWorks a day after the Super Bowl to a bizdev at wix.com that they would like to work with us.
100%.
Okay, so there are some metrics that we follow and what we know, and we were happy with the performance of the commercial, but there are a lot of not quantitative things that you need to understand and to be relaxed when you're doing investment like
I'm so happy to hear you say this, by the way. I cannot tell you how happy I am to hear you say this, because the type of marketing that I am more focused on is less quantitative, more qualitative. It's, let's call it sentiment, call it emotion, call it loyalty, all the buzzwords that all us marketers use. And people say to me, well, how do you measure it? I'm like, okay, you can measure, but like, there's many things that are well beyond measuring clicks, you know? To give a funny example, if I have one follower on Twitter and that one follower is Oprah Winfrey, do I have one follower on Twitter? It's silly, right? The guy who tweeted the picture of the plane that landed on the Hudson, he was nobody. He had 90 followers, and that picture, there's not a person that doesn't remember that picture because it was impactful. So it's not it's not everything has to be measured. There are things that are beyond that, right? I just tweeted something yesterday. It got a couple of thousands of retweets, but it has 500,000 impressions on Twitter. So like, these things, content can go very, very, very far.
And I think it's a lot about the relationship that you as the marketer have with the CEO and the board and the other management people, okay, because it's a lot about trust, okay, and a lot about confidence. And I think that part, and you asked me before about why there are a lot of marketers in Israel. I think that part of that the horrible relationship that CEOs has with CMOs, because everyone thinks that they know how to do marketing, okay, and they are going inside the work of the marketer and don't have the confidence and the trust that
you
they
mean
have.
The CEO and the CMO, you mean?
Yeah. And I think that currently the median of a lifetime of CMO as a company, I think it's like 44 months or so.
You're saying?
No, in general.
In general.
I think the problem is in general, the relationship between CMO and CEOs.
Well, that's because the CEO has his KPIs or her KPIs, the CMO his or her KPIs. It's a little bit of a different, mindset in theory. I would imagine that's not the case here. I would imagine Avishai, has all, I know that he does because we've talked about you, has tremendous respect for your work. I think, listen, dude, honestly, but also like, again, I'm not saying this to just whatever. You're well regarded in Israel as one of the top 3 in the country. I'd probably, as far as I'm concerned, probably number 1. But I mean, you've done incredible things here. We talked about brand. There's not a stronger brand in Israel than Wix. There's nobody. I mean, you guys are like real in terms of mindset. Globally, everyone knows Wix, right? Which is incredible. So in terms of the market, like give me the landscape. Walk me through like who else is out there in terms of if I'm a business.
Yeah. So in terms of the creation of setting up a website, or for example WordPress,
right?
A huge player in our era. They have the WordPress.org and WordPress.com, and they have the huge community of people who are building the website around their platform.
I have a misconception about WordPress.
Yeah.
You know why? Because to me, as a blogger, I will always think of WordPress as a blogging platform.
Yeah.
I know that there are websites obviously built on WordPress, but to me, WordPress is a blogging platform. That's their primary, and it might be completely wrong. I don't know if it's a misconception, but I think of Wix, I think of a business website builder. It's it's just a different perception. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I think that they are more than that. I think they shifted, or they built a strong community around their platform. In my point of view, they have tons of problems in terms of how they run the platform. For example, the security risks that they have, a lot of hassle that they have when someone is running the website around their platform. and more. And in terms of business, the WordPress.com is not as successful as other companies. So I think that we're doing really well in terms of competing with them. But not only that, I feel like there are tons of opportunity for us to explain to others that we're actually a better platform.
You're not objective, but I agree. Let me ask you something. What can you tell me about the future of Wix?
I think the future is huge, right? Because the potential is still. I feel that we are still in the beginning. We have only 150 million users. I think that we need to go up to around 1 billion users. I think we have the platform. We would like to be a synonymous to website. So we say the website. We'll think immediately about it, and it doesn't matter who you are and what you would like to create. And I think that we are the best to do so. I think that 3-4 years ago when I talked with my team, I said, guys, our goal is to be one of the top 100 brands in the world. People thought that I'm a shigane. I think when I'm saying that today, people don't think that about me anymore. I think that we are in the past to do so.
I 100%. By the way, again, whether it's the Superbowl thing or other things you've done, I 100% think that you're one. I don't know how to quantify this, but from my perspective, Wix is 100% one of the strongest brands out there. And I think, by the way, I also think what's interesting is not necessarily the strength of the brand, but I think the sentiment. People have a good sentiment about. People think when you think Wix, you think positive. You know, I'm not going to mention the name, but I was talking to a chief digital officer of a really well-known company. Not only say the name. And people have very negative sentiment about. And we were discussing, the challenge. And I said, listen, you don't understand, right? Take a straw, right? A straw or a spoon. If I say to you, what do you feel about a straw? You're like, I don't feel anything. I have no emotion about a straw. A straw is a utility, right? I said to this guy, the fact that people have negative emotion about you is not bad. It's your job to shift it to positive, but the fact that people care so much, right? If I post on Facebook right now a logo of Apple, just a logo, and hit publish, I'll come back to my Facebook and I'll have 10,000 comments. No Android, no iPhone, no Android. Everyone cares. People are very emotional. And who gains? Both sides.
Yes.
So sentiment, no matter what, is very important. The worst is if people are indifferent to your brand.
Sure.
No one is indifferent to Wix's brand. No one. There's no such thing. People have emotion about Wix, which is incredible. I mean, that's your doing.
It's not only me. I think this is the way that we established the company and the way that we ran the company. Okay, for example, in 2012 or 2011, we built call center in San Francisco. And why? Because we wanted to give our customer the best customer service that we could. Okay. For example, how we are managing all the cancellation process. We never hide it.
Right.
Okay. If you would like to cancel, here is the button.
Transparency.
Transparency. So it's more than, I think, running brand of a company. It's much more than just running the marketing.
Right.
Running the full picture from how you're thinking about the user, how you're building the product, how you're running support, UX, almost everything. Eventually, this is the brand of the company.
Omer, how many emails have I sent you over the past 10 years? How many companies? How many entrepreneurs? How many CVs? By the way, I really think, honestly, hundreds.
Yes.
If not more.
Yeah.
And what's amazing? This always amazes me. I'm telling you. By the way, you know Gigi, your friend?
Yes, of course.
So Gigi, I said to Gigi, for me, Gigi is like the king of email. He responds and you also, you're running a freaking enterprise here, the size of I don't even know what, and you're responding, boom, literally, in seconds. It's amazing. How do you manage your email?
So I'm actually, most of my time I move through email. Okay, and people.
Slack?
No, mostly WhatsApp. Okay.
Business on WhatsApp?
I'm running everything on WhatsApp.
Get out of here.
Everything on WhatsApp, and my team know. And I told you before, I'm trying to balance between my family and work. And part of the way to do it is to be available all the time, and this is what I'm doing. I'm available all the time. I'm answering all the time, and it's the easier way to catch me through WhatsApp.
By the way, I'm curious. How many WhatsApps do you think you're going to have when we finish this meeting? 300, 100?
I will have, I think around 80.
80.
Yeah.
We've been sitting for 1 hour, so I mean,
it's okay.
Listen, my notifications, forget about it. It's totally.
I think you have more than me.
I don't know about that. I don't think so. But no, it's a real problem. When I sign off for Shabbat, I come back 4,000 emails.
Because it's 25 hours.
Yes.
If it was 24, it was less.
Anyway, listen, Omer, I'm gonna let you get back to what time is it right now. Oh, you have 8 more minutes. Listen, dude, I cannot tell you, honestly, number one, I appreciate your time. Number two, it should not have taken us this long. Number three, most importantly, and I told this to you, but I'm gonna say it on camera, on the record, anything, I'm telling you, Avishai knows this, your team, anything that I can do to help you in any way, shape, or form, dude, really.
Thank you, appreciate
Take me up on it, though.
Thank you.
I'm serious.
I really appreciate it.
Take me up on the offer. There's a lot of things that I can help with,
Sure.
and behind the scenes, we'll talk about this off the camera, but about anything I can do to help you, let me know, all right?
Appreciate it.
And yeah, man, just keep winning. For me, it's national pride, bro. Like when I talk about, I speak globally a lot about Israel, and there's kind of different components that I talk about. I talk about the multinationals. I talk about the creativity of Israeli entrepreneurs, the capital flowing into Israel, the quality of the capital flowing into Israel from Asia, from the US. Talk about the Israeli unicorns, and number one, Wix. Every time, you guys are your national pride, so keep it up, keep doing what you're doing.
Beginning.
I actually believe that to be the case. It's pretty impressive stuff. Dude, thank you, man, I love it. Thanks so much.
This is the shoe that I got from United when they tried me to be a sponsor. We're a sponsor of Manchester City.
Really?
But in the
I
process,
didn't know that, actually. I knew that.
So this is a shoe that I got from United through the process. One day I will tell you about how sports teams are trying to make you being one of the sponsors.
Love it.
Here is, you see,
Look at Shaq's shoe. Huge.
from the Nets.
Net? I mean, it's huge.
This is Brett Favre's shirt. Brett Favre is
Everything's
one of
sports
the.
here. What's going on with the sports
It's not
team?
only sports. Here, this is how the marketing department was look like before we moved.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's funny.
This is Vanity Fair. Okay, this is one of the amazing projects that we did. We actually put our users in front of the Vanity Fair front page. Okay, so actually you can see almost no mention about Wix.
Yeah.
That was the campaign. We call it Shoot the Cover. We did a competition between our customer, and they actually shoot the cover of Vanity Fair.
That's awesome. Cool vibe, man. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm in a startup, not in a public company, you know?
This is a startup. This is definitely a startup. This is the creative team. The creative team.
What's up, guys? This is the energy.
The broadcast. This is the design studio. Okay?
The design studio?
Yeah. All the people here, okay? The coolest people in the
Just
world.
CNN, don't worry. Just CNN.
Most of the time they have really cool music here.
Yeah, what's going on with the energy today?
Yeah. But so all the studios,
Amazing.
everything that is
Incredible.
actually here. We build everything here in house.
Love it.
Here we are going to the acquisition parts.
The brainies.
Like
The numbers.
all the other this is the South Korea area. This is the North Korea area.
Nice. By the way, I noticed there's really good diversity here.
Yeah.
Is that like a big...
I think that around 17% of our department are female.
Really?
This is the HR. As you can see, the HR rooms are the farthest from my room. Okay.
Fun.
So they will have
Made It Home was a super cool day. Tomorrow is ridiculously jam-packed. Starting it with TD Bank in the morning, meeting my boy Zach Abramowitz for lunch, Barak from C-Tree, Elon Zavatovsky, the VC, and at least 5 more other meetings. So it's going to be jam-packed and a crazy day tomorrow. See you then.